Hello and welcome to Mirror Talk. We have moments where we just have to pause. Just pause and take a break and reflect on life. Remember, you are strong, you are enough, you are capable, you are blessed, and you are loved. Your moment of greatness starts now. This episode's guest is a mindful therapist and is internationally certified in art therapy. She coaches the practice of mindfulness to promote good mental and physical health using yoga, meditation, and art as forms of therapy. She loves working with young adults and adults. She's best at helping people look after their minds, take better care of their bodies, and support them on their journey to living a more connected, calmer, and richer life. How are you doing, Vanessa?
I'm fine. Thank you very much. How are you doing?
I'm fine. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for joining me today on this episode. You have this wonderful platform, this very amazing platform that you use to help people get better, as well as also teaching your community about mindful arts. So, can you tell me about the inspiration behind developing this mindful arts community?
Also, when I first found out about meditation, I was so excited about it. I couldn't keep my mouth shut. I was like practically telling people about it. And then after a while, a lot of people just like different people just kept asking me different questions, and it felt like I had to be answering the same question all over again to different people. So I just said, okay, I'm going to have a group, and then I just put everybody there in the group, and I started answering the questions generally on the group. So if one person asks a question and like I answered, you just find out that okay, about three other people have the same question. So I mean, the question is already answered, so they can just go back to it and like revisit it and get the answer. So it just made things easier, and after a while, I was like, okay, I think it is time to make it public. Initially, it was not public knowledge. It was not public knowledge. Then after a while, I made it public knowledge, and then like mentioned it to like other people, put it on my platform. Like, oh, it's on my Instagram page. The link is on my Instagram page. I put it on my website and started telling people. Now I have people that I do not even know in that community. And yeah, so that's how I started.
That's amazing. So, can you tell us about this community? What's mindful arts community?
Yes, I coach and teach them about like meditation, how to use meditation for their different um aspects, like different aspects of their life. Really, there's some that just say they want to focus more. They are
Mm.
stressed. They can sleep. Like for different reasons, really. So I just teach them. I just talk to them about like how to use meditation, yoga, and also the creative process of
Mm.
arts. Really, because a lot. Okay, so when it comes to arts, yeah, a lot of people feel like, oh, I can't draw, so there's no point
Mm.
taking up like a pencil and like paper to bother drawing. But really, art is not the therapeutic part of art is that really it is you taking a pencil and a book and just drawing whatever comes to mind.
Mm.
You can just be drawing Z, Z, Z,
Mm.
and after a while, you will notice, for real, you will notice that, oh, okay, I'm just calm. I'm actually enjoying just drawing Z, Z, Z. And it is interesting. So you
Mm.
see, at that point in time, it takes you from the current state that you're in to a calmer state.
Yeah.
So I
Mm.
encourage this on the group, like in the community, and that's what I do so far. Well, I've done so far.
I want to go straight to your Instagram page, which is at Adelekan. Sorry, which is at Adelekan
Damilola.
dot
Yes.
Damilola. Yes. I read that you are a self-taught hyper
Yes.
realist, and for someone who is out there who does not know what this means, what does it mean to be an hyper realist, or what? Can you explain hyper realism to me?
Okay, so there are different forms of visual arts, and I mean drawing as well. So there's painting, there's realism, there's surrealism, There's also hyperrealism. Hyper, I draw portraits. There are different um ways that you can use hyperrealism. I draw portraits. So for me, it is me drawing somebody on a paper that looks exactly like the person, almost real. It's like you can feel the person when you see it. You can see the contours of the nose. You can see like where the light falls. You can see the shadows. It just feels real, but it's just black and white. I use charcoal and graphite media, so it's like you could just see black and white of an actual person, but it's on paper as well. I think basically, like in the lamest way, that's how to explain hyperrealism. Yes. And about me being self-taught. Yes, I taught myself with YouTube, basically, and a couple of books.
I would love everyone that's listening to this episode to, click on the in the link that is going to be in the show notes and go to Adelekan.Damilola's Instagram page to check out the amazing portrait that she has made with that she makes with charcoal and graphite. They're really amazing. They're really beautiful. So can you tell me how you use visual art as a form of therapy to enhance your wellness?
Visual art is like something you can see, and you can see and feel. So yeah, the process of drawing, the creative process actually of drawing, it's not only beneficial to just you that draws it. At the end of the day, what you draw is also beneficial. It also helps patients. It also helps people that look at it, people that see it, and even like their healthcare givers. So last year I actually got into the Arts in Medicine Fellowship, right? It's a Pan African fellowship and a prestigious one anyway. So I successfully got in last year, and we created a mural at the Federal Neuropsychiatric Hospital at Yaba. I had been seeing some of the activities online before, but I didn't really get the essence of it until I was there personally, like painting on the wall. It was so nice, and when I put it on my status and for people to see, they were like, "Oh my god, this is just so calming," you know. So you see, it's not just you that is drawing or painting or doing these things. It's also has an effect on the viewers, the people that see it. You get so it's not particularly about what you draw. Trust me, it's not particularly about what you draw. You can draw water, you can draw sand, you can draw anything. It's just that it is calming when it is just the psychological effects that it has on people. You might have heard it when people say, "Oh, I look at this artwork and oh, I just feel this sense of peace." It is not. It is not them just speaking out of the blue or anything. It is actually real. For a while before, I actually thought people were just saying this because, like, it was to me. I thought it was a cliche because it was already oversaid, and like somehow I just felt like people do not even feel this thing anymore. They just say it because some people say it. But when I really paid attention to this thing and like got off that frame of mind, I realized that yes, actually, you can you feel these things, you feel this emotion when you see these things. So you see, it is okay. So in our everyday life now, right now, the way the world is, well, not so much as before now, thanks to COVID, unfortunately. But we were at this breakneck speed. I'm using breakneck speed, that we were always like on the go. You get so we stimulate our body to keep creating stress hormones and adrenaline. So you see, when you have this moment to take a pause, when you have these things that just brings you down, that stimulates your body to create to release serotonin that calms you, it really goes a long way. So I mean, these are things that are beneficial to your health that you should keep looking at, you should keep using for your health. Your health is not just when you are sick and then like I mean you have to manage your health before you break down because you breaking down is as a result of something.
Apart from using visual arts, for example, you also practice mindfulness through yoga, through breathing
Breathing
or
techniques,
breath
yes.
work, breathing
Yes.
techniques, and through
Yes.
meditation. Can you tell me about for a simple-minded person like I am? I think we said this before we started recording this episode. For a simple-minded person
Yeah.
like me, can you tell me about yoga and meditation and the breathing techniques? What can I do as a very simple person that will not threaten? I'm sorry, that will not scare me away
From
from yoga or
meditation.
meditation or breathing. Yes. And also, if you could tell me about the benefits, why should I do yoga at all? Why should I meditate?
Okay, so firstly, you have to understand what meditation or mindfulness means. Okay, so meditation is like the practice of the different techniques that helps you hone your focus and awareness. Mindfulness is about you being present in the moment with anything that you're doing. Literally anything that you're doing. You can be washing the dishes, but you're mindful because you know that okay, I'm lathering the soap, I'm rinsing these plates, I'm turning off the tap, I'm dropping the plates. A lot of the time we're not aware. That's like truthfully, a lot of people like mundane things like washing the dishes. You just know that oh you're washing and then oh I'm done. Ugh, it waits while away time. But mindfulness is not about whiling away time. It's about being conscious and aware of time. You knowing that okay, it's 1 minute already. It's 1 second is counting, 2 seconds, 3 seconds. You get you're walking, you're aware that you're walking. So people believe that meditation you have to sit down, you have to like sit down cross-legged like the Buddhists do, and you have to close your eyes, you have to hold your thumb and your index finger together. You get like the way images portray it to be true. Yes, exactly, perfect. But but no, meditation is not like that. It is actually far from that. You can be lying down and you're meditating. You can be walking and you're meditating. You can be dancing and you're meditating. The fact is that you are aware of whatever it is that you're doing. You are aware of your breath. You are aware of the air, like the air around you. You're aware of the air on your skin. Like, if you get what I mean, like you are really aware and focused of the things in your environment or focus on one particular thing. So why I say or, yeah. Um okay, there are different types of meditation, right? Um Loving kindness meditation now. Let's say loving kindness meditation. You are saying wishful words to yourself and to other people. You're wishing them well. In that sense, you will not be really conscious and aware of your surroundings because you are conscious and aware of the words you're saying. You get so it's not just you being aware of what you're doing now and like what is going on around you, but the thing is that you are aware of the activity that you're doing. You get so you say you want to meditate now, yeah. You can just sit down now. You can close your eyes, you can open your eyes, your choice. But okay, so why did we talk more about closing your eyes is because when your eyes are open, you are more prone to distractions because things are always going to be happening around you.
Like if you want to convince me, for example, are there like benefits that you could say, oh, Toby, you have to Toby, is advisable to meditate so that you can achieve this, for example.
So yes, meditation, yoga, and arts in a way. Arts is not fully in that sphere, but meditation and yoga more. But they actually help reduce your stress level. They help you focus more.
Mm.
Um, they they increase your sense of love actually and well-being in the overall sense. It actually helps you improve physically, like your physical being, your way of doing things. Trust me, when you start doing these things, you feel more physically active. Yes,
Mm.
and in fact, I think like stress. Okay, so they can help you handle anxiety, depression, and a lot more other psychological illnesses or ailments. Yes, but the thing is, um, a lot of the time we're not usually aware that our physical illness is as a result of mental or psychological illnesses. So, like, say,
Mm.
stress now. I keep emphasizing on stress because I have found out, well, alongside a lot of other people that have done studies, that
Mm.
stress is an inherent factor for most physical things, most physical
Mm.
ailments. Because when this thing keeps breeding and growing in you and you do not address it, it manifests as a physical illness. You might
Mm.
just think you might just think that you have a back ache for some reason, but you don't know why. It can actually be stress because these things, the body stimulates hormonal responses, if you get what I mean. It stimulates hormones to respond to what you are subjecting yourself to physically. And
Mm.
your body does not do well with these hormones. So your body stores them in a part of you.
You have this 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 magic tricks that one can practice.
Um,
Also for optimization, I
yes,
guess.
okay, well, it's not like for optimization per se, but
Mm.
it's to handle anxiety. You get,
Oh,
so a lot of
okay,
the time
okay.
we all have
Yes.
different things. Like, I mean, we all have different things that we're anxious about. It might be stage fright. It might
Mm.
be you being anxious about like maybe a result or really like anything. So
Mm.
a way to calm your mind, because the mind actually, the brain is overactive. So when you
Mm.
are anxious, your brain is going into
Yeah.
overdrive. It's thinking of like different things. Yeah, like thinking of like the worst case
Mm.
scenario. You're thinking of like what, like
Mm.
anything really that is not beneficial to you, because when you're anxious, you're not thinking of things that are beneficial to you, and your heart rate actually increases at that point in time. Yeah.
Yeah.
So there's something you can do to
Mm.
calm your nerves and slow your
Mm.
heart rate back to the normal reading. And that's like the 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 of meditation. You get?
Okay. So what are the 5, 4, 3, 2, 1
Okay,
things to
so
do?
this thing just optimizes the five senses that we have. We have the sense of sight,
Oh, okay.
smell, feel, feel, touch, taste, and I think here. I think that's one I didn't mention.
Mm.
So
Yeah.
you look around you, basically. It's like just the things around you.
Mm.
You point out five things that you can see. You are aware of
Mm.
five things that you can see. Like, oh, there's this artwork, there's this post notes, there's this post, there's this whatever. You note five things around you. Then you feel four things. So you can feel
Yeah.
your hand, you can feel the table, you
Yeah.
can feel the contours of the table, you can feel the chair, you can feel, just make sure you feel four things around you. Yes, you're doing that. You're doing it already. I like that.
Yeah. Yes, I'm trying to feel 4 things around me.
Yes. Then you note three things that you can hear. Even if to
Mm.
you you're alone where you are. If you pay
Yeah.
attention, you'll be able to hear three different things. You'll be able to hear maybe bird chirping around, or like maybe a
Mm.
motorist, or the fan whirling, or anything. You will note three
Mm.
things. So you see, this is not just you
Yes.
saying, "Oh, there's nobody talking around me. There's nothing to hear," because there will be something to hear. There will be three things around you. You get. Then two
Yes.
things that you can smell. You might feel like, oh, I don't have sharp nose, sharp sense of smell. But when you
Yeah.
really focus, when you're focused, okay, let me say it this way: when you're focused on something, you really notice what that thing can do. When you're focused on your nose, on smelling something, you perceive something, because
Mm.
that sense of smell, your olfactory nerves will be really heightened. Blood will be rushing towards it. Like every of your sense is focused on it. So you see, it has to do its
Yeah.
job. It has to do its job.
Mm.
So you would smell two things around you, and the last one is one, which is one thing you can taste. You try to taste something.
Is it put? Am I supposed to put something in my tongue to taste, or I just check for my tongue? I check on my tongue right now and see, can
Well,
I
you can
taste
do
something?
that, or
No.
you can put something in your mouth to taste.
Ah, okay.
Yes, I mean,
Okay.
but
Yeah.
there's COVID now, so I mean, I don't really encourage just putting your hand in your mouth.
No, 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 no. Don't do that.
yeah,
No, no, no.
yeah, but you taste something. By the time you're done going through that list, you see that
Mm.
you're no more anxious. Like your mind is already off whatever it is that you're anxious about or of, and you're more focused on what it
Yes.
is that you're doing at that moment, what it is that you're smelling, tasting, or whatever. And your heart rate would have
Yeah.
returned to normal, and you are back as
Mm.
yourself, as a normal self. So if
Yeah.
you feel like after you're done, you your
Mm.
mind goes back to what it is that got you anxious in the first place, you can do it again. And after a while, you
Mm.
just notice that, all right, now how will I mean, I cannot be anxious of this. Let me just focus on something else. And you're good to go.
It's a very useful way of distracting yourself from that anxious state of
Exactly.
mind. Um,
Absolutely.
talking about distracting you from anxious state of mind, there are a lot of other means or ways, like, for example, listening to inspiring podcasts or also reading books, which is very good for feeding the soul, I
Yes.
guess. And is actually good for feeding the soul. Are there like some books that you have read that really spoke to you? And if you could speak to one listener there or two listeners out there, what are the benefits of actually picking up a book to read?
Oof. Somehow that's going to be a little tricky for me, because for me, reading has been ingrained in me. I've been reading since I was like
Mm.
really little. My earliest knowledge is an awareness of me reading. My mom really made it like a normal thing for me. She used to buy books for me, and then my dad and I were always reading at night. My assignments, like my task, was to read the book and then summarize it to her. You get, so I mean, if I don't read it, how would
Mm.
I be able to summarize?
It's not
Exactly.
possible. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it has
Mm.
really been imbibed in me, and I've been reading for as long as I know. Um, but really, it has really been beneficial to me, because I know, not trying to be boastful or trying to brag or anything, but like I know a lot of things from the books I've read.
Mm.
I read almost every genre of book. Well, besides horror. Horror is not my thing. It will never be my thing.
Okay.
So you see,
Yeah, it's too
yes,
scary.
I can't
Yeah.
deal. So reading gives me that knowledge that I would otherwise not have had. And I actually prefer books to movies. And I don't know, my exes might be lame to some people, but I like to imagine things myself.
Mm.
Movies are already the script writer, the director, the producer's imagination all put together, and like what they want you to see. But a book is
Mm.
just one person's imagination. You are the one that's going to feel it in yourself.
Yes.
I like doing that.
Yes.
So I like putting
Mm.
myself as an invisible overseer, you get, or observer.
Mm-hmm.
So
Mm.
this is particularly the reason I read more. I just want to keep observing things,
Mm.
like in like
Mm.
just being an invisible person in the scene. You get.
Mm.
One book that really did me in was the book I mentioned earlier, The Power of the Subconscious by Joseph Murphy. That book, I would say, is became a turning point because
Mm.
after I read it, I started processing things differently. I started being more
Mm.
intentional about things. I started being more intentional about my life. I
Mm.
started focusing more. That brought me down this road that I am currently in. Although at the time I didn't see it that way. I think it was just like
Yeah.
last year that I just like did an introspection and I realized that okay, things just became a little more different after I read this particular book. And I started looking
Mm.
for more
Mm.
books that was going to keep
Yes.
me on that train, on this train.
Try.
You get.
Yeah.
So,
Mm-hmm. Yes.
and I've come to understand that you can't really force people to read, but
Mm.
you can encourage people to find one reason to read. This thing is
Yeah.
subjective. I have
Mm-hmm.
my reason that I
Mm-hmm.
read. You will have your reason for reading. The most important thing is start with a book that really interests you. Don't just carry any book and
Mm.
say because somebody's read this book, they want to go and read it and like find what the person found in the book. It won't work that way.
Mm.
And books are
You have to be interested in
yes,
it yourself.
yes, yes. But we can all
Mm. Mm.
encourage like the space to read. I've been in a few book clubs
Mm.
personally. I actually like them. I like
Ah,
them.
wow.
So you see, you can also join a book club. Like for the
Mm.
listeners out there, you can also join a book club, and it actually helps if you have like people that you're accountable to read.
Yeah. Yes.
Yes.
And that brings me to my next question already. Completing a book, for example, is a big challenge, right? As in, if you have a very big novel with 600
Yeah.
pages, that's a goal you want to achieve to finish reading it, for
Yeah.
example. Or, getting to, I don't know, a delta wave or mindfulness stage,
Okay.
or, practicing yoga, and, all these things are like goals that one set for
Yes.
oneself. And sometimes it's very difficult to achieve those goals without having an
But
accountability partner or a group that you're
yes.
accountable to.
Yes, please.
Yes. So can you tell me about your work with your own accountability group, and how do you work around yourself with yourself to achieve your goals? And are there like some feedbacks or some testimonies from the group?
Okay. Early last year, I started the accountability group. I actually
Mm.
is fairly new, just early last year, and okay, so we don't just hold each other accountable to like just one aspect of our lives. We hold each other accountable to every goal that we might have. You get so either health, finance, family, career, anything. We hold each other accountable to it, and well, you you just knowing that there are people out there, and that's the good thing about accountability group. They are not just out there. You get they are out there per se somewhat, but they're going to text you. They're going to call you that, oh, Alpha, what of this thing that you say you're going to do? What are you doing so far? What step are you taking? You get so you knowing that there are people there that will question you is going to put you in this frame of mind that you have to do it. And I realized that it's actually not hard, you know. Initially I thought, oh, an accountability group was more like all of you just be like, okay, I read one book today, or I read one book this week. Take it like that. You get, but But knowing that there are people that you can answer to, it's just going to change like your radical way of thinking. Your brain starts processing without your knowledge. Your brain just knows that okay, you have to read one book this week. You have to go. You have to talk to somebody this week to get this end goal. You know, and okay, so this is also something I believe I've learned when I read like the power of the subconscious. Um, your subconscious does not know the meaning of jokes. It does not understand jokes. Whatever you program yourself to believe, your subconscious believes, and your subconscious is going to act on it. Oh, and everything still boils down to meditation. And meditation, on the other hand, um, tries to tell you, like, what meditation tries to teach you is that you shouldn't just rely on your subconscious to be processing things. You should be in control, you know, and then make sure that whatever your subconscious believes, whatever your subconscious is going to do, because you cannot always be conscious of every action that you take. But whatever your subconscious believes, whatever thoughts run through your mind are good thoughts, healthy ones, things that are beneficial to you. So when you are in this, when you start processing your subconscious to start thinking in the positive direction, that people are going to hold you accountable to your goals, you have to achieve this thing, you have to do this thing, your brain starts processing that okay, I'm going to have to do this for me to get this. I'm going to have to do this for me to get this. And then the feedback at the end of the day is all going to be positive. Like in my accountability group, the feedback last year was like really amazing. Funny, I started it in 2020 and then COVID started. And then there was a lockdown, there were people dying, people falling sick, jobs were lost. Everything was like basically going wrong. Things were turning upside down. And if it was May of like say 2019, I'd have just been like, this thing cannot work. It's like done. But I guess us already processing our subconscious in that direction from the start kept us on the go. If you know the kind of positive feedbacks that we got, oh my god, people were just like taking goals off because they achieved them already. Short-term goals, everybody achieved their short-term goal. Long-term goals, everybody was well on their way to it. Like everybody is well on their way to achieve it. Because okay, so the thing is for long-term goals, we break it down to short-term. Like we break it down to like achievable goals, like weekly, monthly goals to be able to reach the end goal.
Yes.
But like even those ones were like ticked off because we were able to do it.
That's
Yes.
amazing. Yeah, that's
I
great.
think that it is a book that got me in this direction.
That's the power of a book,
Right?
right? The power of a
Right.
book. Yes, yes. And I think that's the power of everything combined together. The mindfulness, you do the yoga, you do meditation. You are fully present. You read a book, you gain everything from the book. Because you are
While
present
reading
while
the
reading the
book,
book.
exactly. Exactly. Everything seems
Hmm.
everything seems tied together.
Yes, yes. For something great,
Right.
actually,
I
which you are
am not
doing.
complaining.
Yes. So for people out there who don't know where to reach out to you,
Yes.
like to connect on to you, we made mention of your Instagram page, but you have your other platforms. Can you tell us about it? Like, what are the projects that we could get connected with? How can we reach out to you?
Um I honestly just mostly use my Instagram page, which is at adeleko.damilola.
Okay.
My Twitter, you can also reach me there. It is adeleko_dami. Um, my website, which is not fully developed yet, is still underway, is mindful arts with Dami. The business that's something I don't remember. I think .com. Yeah,
That's it.
yeah, it's a
Yeah,
Google
but
page
no problem.
actually. It's a
Everything will be
Google page,
linked.
and it's
Yeah.
it's it's actually on my Instagram page. I have a Disha page, which is like a link tree that has
Mm.
every other link. It also has my the links to my community, to my mindful art community on it.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's
Yes.
awesome. That's good. So once we go to your Instagram page, we could just click on the
Yes.
link, then land
Yes, and
to
it
where we
also
want.
has a link to reach out to me directly on WhatsApp. So if you want to
Oh,
text me
okay.
directly, personally, you can also click on the link. Text me. I'm open anytime, any day.
Oh, that's great. That's very nice of you. Thank you so
Yes.
much. I'm going to place this information in the show note of this episode, and I'm hoping that everyone will, click on the link or copy the link and reach out to you and also learn a lot from your wonderful artworks and the usefulness of mindful arts.
Yes. That was
I,
nice.
I, I really appreciate your
Thank you very
time.
much for
I really
having
appreciate your
me
time.
here.
Thank you so much.
Yes, it's actually an
Yeah,
honor.
this
An
was so
honor.
amazing.
Sorry, honor.
Yeah. It's fine. It's fine. Everything's English.
Right?
Thank you so much for listening to this podcast. I am eternally grateful for your time, your love, and contributions. You mean a lot to me. Thank you once again for listening and sharing with your loved ones. Don't forget to subscribe and follow this journey on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and other platforms in the description. Stay blessed.